Aesop's Fable EP3, The Fox and the Tale of the Hidden Treasure. Scene 1, The Mischievous Fox. In a lush forest filled with towering trees and winding rivers, lived a clever but mischievous fox named Felix. Felix was known for his cunning ways and his habit of telling tall tales to impress others. One day, while wandering through the forest, Felix came across a small cave. Though it was empty, an idea sparked in his mind. He ran back to the forest clearing where all the animals often gathered. With a glint in his eye, Felix announced, "Friends, I found a cave full of glittering treasure. Gold, jewels, and more than any of us could ever imagine." The other animals, a curious bunch, gasped in amazement. The thought of treasure excited everyone, but deep down, some animals weren't sure if they could believe Felix. After all, he had a reputation for exaggeration. Scene 2, The Growing Doubts. As days passed, Felix continued to boast about the hidden treasure. He described the shining gold coins and sparkling gems with such detail that some animals couldn't help but dream of what they could do with such wealth. However, when they asked Felix to show them the treasure, he always found an excuse to delay the journey. "Tomorrow, my friends," Felix would say, "I need to prepare the path first. It's too dangerous right now." But as the days turned into weeks, the animals began to doubt Felix's story more and more. The owl, who was wise and had seen many things in her time, warned the others, "Felix has told many stories before. We must be careful not to be fooled." Scene 3, The Moment of Truth. Finally, after much pressure from the animals, Felix reluctantly agreed to lead them to the cave. Excited yet cautious, the animals followed Felix through the thick woods, across the river, and up the hill to where the cave was hidden. Felix felt a knot of anxiety in his stomach as they approached the cave, knowing that it was empty and that his lies were about to be exposed. As they reached the cave, Felix hesitated at the entrance. "The treasure is just inside," he said, trying to sound confident. The animals rushed in, eager to see the riches, but instead, they found only an empty, dark space with nothing but dust and rocks. There was a moment of silence. Then, the animals turned to Felix with disappointment and anger. "You lied to us," they cried. "There is no treasure here, just like all your other stories." Scene 4, The Price of Dishonesty. Felix, realizing the gravity of his actions, hung his head in shame. "I'm sorry," he stammered. "I only wanted to be admired, but I see now that my lies have caused nothing but disappointment." The owl stepped forward, her eyes kind but stern. "Felix, trust is a precious thing. Once lost, it's hard to regain. You've hurt your friends by leading them on a wild chase for something that never existed." From that day on, the animals were wary of Felix. No matter what he said, they no longer believed him. Even when Felix spoke the truth, the others would simply shake their heads and walk away. Felix had to work hard to regain the trust he had lost, learning that honesty is far more valuable than any treasure. Moral of the story: honesty is the foundation of trust. When you lie, even the truth becomes hard for others to believe.